Hey, so since I've been doing this and like word's been getting around that I'm a crazy plant lady, I've been getting a lot of plant questions from people and which I love. I'm learning as I go, as we all are. And, I try to give as much information to these people as I possibly can. And I know a lot of people are new to plants and just wanting to get into it, or like, oh, like everybody top thing I hear from people is like, I can't do plants. I kill them. Like they instantly die. Like I murder a cactus, which a lot of people like don't understand. Like it's a little hard to do, but they probably like over analyze it and like overthink and overwater or something like that. Or there's people who just forget to water, which is actually better. And I just wanted to do a little video about the easiest houseplants I have. And, these plants that I'm going to go through are like super low maintenance. Love them. Most of them are great air filters, which I'm going to get into like probably first. I'll get into like the snake plants because I want to think that those were the first easy plants that I got into. And then I can just like go into a little bit more into other ones. But here's a little video about the easiest house plants that I have. I don't do too much outdoor plants. I'm actually starting to venture outdoors, which I probably should have grabbed one more plant for an outside. That's a super crazy easy one. Maybe I'll do a video of just that one later on and show you that's the easiest plant in the world to propagate. Cause I am so scared to death of propagating. It makes me nervous, like cutting my plants. That's why they're so wild and crazy. Cause I just like let them become a rainforest in here. And I love living in a jungle. It's just makes me happy. So for all the people who just want to dip their toes into it, give it a chance. These are great starter ones. And, they do such a great thing for like, home decor. If you find some cute pots that you want to put them in, they don't, react as harshly to being repotted as other houseplants that I've showed you. Once you throw them in another pot, they're like, they're so dramatic. But so the first one I would so I have two of them over here. So these both classify as snake plants, different kinds. Can't remember. I'm like drawing a blank on like the actual like technical term, like Sansevieria or something like that, which like just makes me think of like vampires for some reason. I don't know. But this guy I just got from actually the grocery store. He was one of my very first plants I got at Winco. Very little, guy. I've repotted him twice. And he's just keeps, as you can see, like the little ones in there, just always pupping out new babies nonstop. I've given a bunch to some friends. They're extremely slow growers. So I've had this one for a couple years now. They do get taller. I have another one over in the corner, who's a lot taller. He actually came braided. So some people will train them as they're growing and braid them. Maybe I'll show you guys another time later. But these are cool. Like people like do all sorts of weird things with them. And the other one like has one like probably like way taller. I've seen these actually like a bigger version where it's like this tall, like coming out. You don't get as many, but these are just like a little fun one. And I think it would be cool if you had one of those pots that had like the faces on it or whatever. Then we have like the traditional snake plant, which is like the most trendiest thing right now. They're a great air filter. They just are eye-catching. There's different colors of them. You can see this guy's got one giant long one. And just like the other one, they'll grow little pups out that are pretty easy to just like dig out and propagate. But also slow growing as well. So don't freak out when you're like, it's not doing anything. It like they're just hang out and you just water it like once a month and they're good. They're just happy. They do low light, highlight, you can't keep them in a super dark room, which like some people will, but then you'll never see them grow. But they'll handle it. You can beat them up. They're thick. That's like the reason why they're such good air filters. Don't forget just to like every once in a while, because since they're so wide and solid, they'll collect dust. So just like, get a damp towel, or if you want to be fancy and get like the spray that shines them up or whatever from like Home Depot, but just wipe them with a wet paper towel and every once in a while. So make sure that they are being able to photosynthesize. So there's a good one. Another one that is a good gifter that I give to people. So I either give people some snake plants for housewarming gifts or ZZ plants. So here's my oldie ZZ. I only have one. Actually I've probably bought like 10 of these, but I always just give them away. I think they're pretty cool. They're like similar growers to the snake plant, same kind of requirements, like everything the same. Can do low light, highlight, water it maybe once, like not maybe, but like yes, for sure, at least once a month. You can do it every 2 weeks if you want to. They don't need too much attention. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, and then you just wash them. And then, like I said, again, these ones have the thicker leaves, good for air filtering but good for collecting dust. So make sure you wipe them down so they photosynthesize. These grow a lot faster than the snake plants, but, they're still like semi-slow, but it's a fun one. They also come in black as a Raven ZZ plant. I kind of want to get one of those soon. I like them. So cool. ZZ plant. Fun one. Another easy one that you will see if you like trailing plants. I'm not huge on trailing plants. That's easy. I have this guy over here. I love him. But, I have only one Pothos. So Pothos, easy as well. They can withstand everything. So I work in a hospital and they use these as decoration everywhere, all over the hospital. And I don't know if anybody's taking care of them. I see them drowning in water constantly and it worries me, but they just they're fine with it. I was going to say irresistible. They are irresistible, but, they can handle everything. This guy I actually had in my daughter's room for a long time. So he hasn't really grown. I've had this one for a while, but it's dark in there. So there was not I don't think I've ever, maybe once lost a leaf, but, overall, it's just doing fine. Now that I've kind of brought it out, cause her room is getting a little hot because of the summer. So I've been keeping her curtains closed. And so I brought him out here into the kitchen, still just in the middle of the island, not really close to any windows because I'm eventually going to put him back in the room. So I don't want him to be like, you already gave me all this sunlight and I was so happy. But ever since this whole thing has been new growth and wanting to trail out since he's been out here. So he's definitely enjoying all the more sunlight, but in a dark, if you wanted to put it in a bedroom, they'll do fine. Again, I water it maybe once a month. And it's just a little extra green foliage. There's so many different types of pothos. I think this is a marble, but as you can probably just only see from this single leaf that, it's not since it's not getting that much sunlight, it's not variegating very much, but it still adds the color to the room. Still cute, fun guy. All right, so then probably my favorite easy plant is, and I have two versions of him. So as you can see, I had to take him, so actually string him up because he's growing so crazy. This is my mini Monstera. So it's like a trailing plant. You just keep them in a little pot and then they just do its thing. I have this little stick holding him up once he got big enough where he was like falling over. And then actually I have him on a shelf, low on a shelf, and then upper on the shelf. I kind of been tying him up so he can grow tall. These are cool. So down at the bottom, he only has a few slits. Here's a solid leaf on him. And again, with the variegation, with Monsteras, they're only going to get the holes depending on how much sunlight. So the more sunlight he gets, the more holes he's going to get, which I will show you my other Monstera, who I don't give too much light. He is always just sitting right here, near the window, but he's just off to the side, he's at the wall. So he only gets indirect sunlight. And it's just kind of not a super dark corner, but enough where he's never made any slits, but I love him. This plant is I feel my personality. He's just got more wilder and wilder as the months have gone by. So here is this guy. He is crazy. Oh my God, he is. So I just let him do his thing. I know a lot of people would want to tie him up or put, some sticks and hold him like I kind of did with the other guy. But I just love how wild and free he is. So there are no slits on this guy. All his leaves are pretty small. Like I said, he doesn't get too much sun. But he's cool. He does his thing. He just keeps growing. He's always constantly growing new leaves. Here's one. I've almost never seen him not growing a new leaf. There's another little one. So if you just want something that you're going to see a lot of new growth and it makes you happy because, that makes me happy when I see new growth in a plant. I would go with the Monstera. So again, I probably only water him every 2 weeks. Probably. Yeah. And then I feed it maybe twice a summer. Cause I don't want it to get overly crazy. It's already crazy. So I'm I feel I don't want to feed you because you will literally take over the entire living room. As you can see, you can't fucking see me behind it. So if you just want something funky and something big and wild, Monsteras are the way to go. If you want those cool designs of the slits and stuff, give it more sunlight, get a grow light, or just put it in an area where it's going to get a lot of sun. Definitely no direct sunlight. They will burn the leaves. Cool thing in the morning, they like to give you some morning dew. So every once in a while, I'll see a little drop of dew on the end of them. They do like misting. I'll mist them every once in a while because I'm misting other plants already. But if you don't, it's not like they'll be fine. It won't be the end of the world, but they would prefer it. I just love like the heart-shaped leaf. Even though it doesn't like, you want like a lot of people love that cool look of the slits. It makes me happy just having all this green, like all this solid green. Like give me all the green in my home. It's the best. He's so wild. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. And it's been in this pot. It's not quite root bounded yet. The roots grow pretty slow, I'm assuming. And it's still doing great. Just really low maintenance and wonderful plant. Great guy. But those are some easy plants that you don't really have to think about too much. And you don't really have to worry about. Like, this guy definitely needs some water. But he's, like, not yelling or angry about it or anything like that. So, I'll probably, like, now that I'm pulled him out, I'm thinking about him. I'm like, oh, I should water him. But, I will forget and neglect because I got too many other really needy bitches around here who just need so much more attention. So it's cool. Like if you're starting to feel overwhelmed, with like taking care of too many plants, but you're also still a crazy plant lady, like why don't you add a couple of these if you want some extra greenery or you just have a problem like I do when you go out shopping, snag one of these just to do a quick fix, and then you just do their own thing. Don't even worry about them. So hope that helped. I hope that answered some questions. If you guys have more questions, go ahead and hit me up. I sometimes a little slow about, returning your answers, but I do. And thanks. I'll talk to you guys soon, hopefully. Bye.